Hello gamers, it's Randy. I just figured I should show a video about how to set everything up and just show like the general setup. We'll get just to pass on the information I have. So basically, it's gonna look like a mess, and my cat's here, but that's okay. Hi Booth, hi Kitty. So obviously got the CRT, got the Wii set up, got some Pichu Link. We got all my other stuff over there. Kitty cat, computer. Sorry about the mess. I also have the laptop because I'm going to show just the capture card setup as well as to the Slippi mirroring, which is on my actual computer. That's the stream computer. So obviously, with the Wii, this is my Wii. It's the stream Wii. Smiley face heart. For if you're using Slippi mirroring, the only extra thing you need on your Wii is this little thing to connect the Ethernet to. It just connects into one of the USB ports, and then you connect your USB. You have to get 2.0 version for this because otherwise it doesn't work. I think the 3.0s don't work. And then otherwise you don't need any special cables. I have special cables because it's my capture card that I'm running to the laptop, but otherwise you can just use the normal ones. I'll show the laptop one after. Obviously, have the webcam, have my projector, which is showing the screen over here. We got my monitor and the headsets and things. We got the audio interfaces. Actually, I should go around to the other side. I just didn't want to walk past and destroy anything. Okay. So, this is how I like set up the thing. But basic idea is for the game capture for Slippi mirroring, how you have to do it is actually with this little box down here, this router that Samani gave to us. My router's over there, so we have internet coming into it, this gray wire. That's the internet going in, and then we have one of these, one of these black Ethernets goes into this part on the Wii. The other part, the other one just goes into my computer to give the internet. But what this does is it makes it all on the same network, so that the things can speak over, like Slippi mirroring can speak to my computer over the network. And it also is good to have the router because if you don't, weird network settings can stop it. So that's it for that, for like the game capture. All the sound stuff is stuff that I've like purchased for myself or purchased for the stream. Like I already owned this. It's a Focusrite 2i2. Basically the idea is that the mic inputs for the headsets that I have, because these are like broadcaster headsets, they go into the back. So these are the mic inputs. I'll show the back, I guess. Nothing too important. Just this is the USB that powers and connects it to the computer. Those go into the back, which give the mic input, which is why like these turn up and down and adjust the mic input. From here, this cord, it's a cord like this in this corner here. That goes in, and this eventually ends up connecting to this. This is a Art Accessories head amp, 4-channel headphone amplifier. Somebody put a bug sticker on it at one of the weeklies. But the idea is basically the cord from the Focusrite runs to here, and then this allows, these are the similar cables as the one that's coming from it, but the difference is that those go into the headphones here, so you can hear the other commentator talk. You have two ear headphones. I also have it set up. You can do this, but in Windows, like the sound, you can set it to then output all desktop sound through the Focusrite, which then routes it through here, through the Focusrite, which routes it through here, which then allows commentators to hear game sound. I'm sure there's like a slightly better way to do it, but that's just kind of the way I've figured out how to do it. Then obviously, I have a keyboard unplugged in. The only other thing I have, obviously, the projector. which we set up at Gus's Pub all the time. And then if I come over here, we also normally have like a TV, which I've just set up to my TV, or my, me and my brother's TV, to kind of simulate it. But otherwise, like, that's kind of it. The technical stuff, obviously, look through the Slippi doc. It's pretty like self-explanatory if you just follow it. For the Slippi mirroring, it works. It shows it's good. I have a pretty good power bar for all my power bar needs. We use the Melee Stream Tool helper thing, and Petra had done it a bit, so it like looks really quite nice on ours. I'll show you just once you click into a game, it just comes up, and behind there is the dolphin screen. You want to have that not minimized, or else it's like really quite poor quality. But otherwise, like, you can see, it comes on really well. It's 60 FPS, really quite nice. So yeah, so this is like what you want to do, an output capture to like your your TV or your projector, whatever at your event. We're gonna walk through the kitchen to come back. So now that's pretty much all that, besides like any technical like OBS stuff, which like I can help anybody if you want to like DM me or whatever. Or in any of the various like NS or Atlantic Discords I'm in. Now we'll get to the laptop setup, which is a capture card, which the quality is worse, but it's like my capture card is like an old one, so it's like fine. It works good for this kind of stuff. The only thing I will remember to mention for the webcam, a lot of times webcams are really short, so get like a pretty decent USB extender. I don't pay for cheap ones for these. Not that you have to spend like a lot of money, but just go to like Canada Computers and get like a $10 one that's quite long, because it means I can move the camera quite a lot. But for the laptop, the special cables are all that's... I'll just unplug it from the TV. So instead of having the normal cables, you get something that looks... I guess I'll take it all apart. There, you can see my messy apartment for a second. I don't know if it's going to mess up the capture on there. Probably will, but I'll fix it. You get cables that comes like this. It has 4. So it has all the color inputs, and then it has a S-video. So what you do... I don't know how best to show this. Basically now, this is my other capture card. This is my actual capture card. It's called an Avermedia DVD Easy Maker 7. Works pretty good. I also have this into a USB extender because it's not that long. But you can see out from it itself, it has those 3 color plugs right here, and it has a S-video hookup. So what you do, I don't know if I can, let's see if I can tilt this down. Sorry, I kind of like didn't really have a plan too much for this. I'm just kind of talking. I have a little tripod though. So as you can see, it's got the 4 connections, got the S-video. So what you do, I connect the S-videos between those 2. So this is from the Wii to the capture card. I don't connect the yellows because the yellows don't really matter because I'm not going to be capturing this part. So this is going to go into the TV and the CRT. Then these 2, the sound, I'm actually going to put them into this section of the cable, which this is another cable I had to buy. It's just a splitter. So it connects to my capture card here with this. Then it comes here, this connects to the cords from the Wii, and then you connect these to your TV, so then the capture card will get sound and so will the TV. And then you just plug the yellow in, you plug the sound in, and you should be golden. Plug the yellow into the TV, plug these in the sound, and you should be golden. Obviously each capture card and setup is going to be slightly different for like what you need, but that's kind of the basic one. Which that then brings us to the laptop setup, which the laptop setup, basically all I have set up is that you get, wow, that actually is still capturing. It captured instantly. I just have it set up. I don't have a webcam right now on this one because I only have one good webcam. But you just put it in as like a game capture. The only thing that I will say, sometimes melee captures are really weird. So I like to open it up and I press configure video. It brings up this menu, and sometimes for whatever reason, if the sound gets desynced or something, I just change it to NTSC MJ, and then I change it back to NTSC M, and that kind of fixes it. I don't really quite know what that is. The only other thing is for capture card setups, you want to right click and go to deinterlacing and click on YADIF 2 times. That's the one I've always been told to use. But this is like how I'm going to record the AMI brackets and stuff. But yeah, that's the basic setup. And then for the projectors and stuff, all I have is in the back there. I just have an HDMI going to the monitor, I have an HDMI going to the projector, and then I have an HDMI going to this TV. But that's kind of it. Hi kitty. Hi bud. You want to say bye to the people of Nova Scotia Melee? What do you want to say? Got anything to say? You just want treats or my magic cards. What do you want? Oh, good boy. Yeah, that's kind of it. If you have questions, let me know. I'm always down to help or try to figure something out. I don't know everything about a lot of things, but I know how my setup works at least. Yeah. Have a good one.